Alright, so let's talk about the Swan Geo. Alright, so this file here, the Swan OBJ, came in. So this one's at, okay, this is like 300k points. This probably doesn't translate to polys exactly. Like this here is the surface. So it's like 414,000 primitives here, which these tend to translate directly to polys, not necessarily, right? So this is the OBJ file and how it pulls it. And I think we can actually do something like this and get more, yeah, so you can see this more clearly um, here. So there's polygon count, right, 414. So it tends to correlate to these primitives, but again, not necessarily. Just depends on what you've got going on. But doing a pure OBJ import is going to show us. Now, if we look at this model really closely, some of these curves here, like you just see all the detail. Like that is a ton of detail. We don't need all of that detail for all of this. And so I think these are sculpted. Like I sculpted the beak and I sculpted the head using, I don't know, some sculpting program. Something like the gears came in pretty nice. Like it didn't need much already, but anything that's like kind of curved, like you see this here, it's got maybe an excess of geo in the detail because I made this in Shaper. And so it's meant to be used for like a real manufacturing and stuff. And it was just the first program that I had really used to do 3D modeling. And so, fortunately we can recover from that. So when we get into Houdini, um, this head detail here, actually I'm cutting into the head and changing its shape a little bit to get like these holes in here. So originally it doesn't have those holes. And then this right here is the high poly swan. So I haven't made any edits to the polys yet. And what I start to do is select by group. And I chose to do it by lowest quality, low quality, mid quality, high quality, and pass. So it just ignores. And effectively what I did was selected all the parts on the hierarchy that could be dropped to like incredibly low counts. So here, this lowest quality, we are going to grab everything that is highlighted orange here, and you can select these groups, and there is a display groups and attribute list. So you can see this here. And so this is the names that it had in Shaper, which are not great. I could have done a better job naming some of these things, but it was one of my first models. It's really messy. But it did have a hierarchy, and they weren't merged together, so we're able to select these individually. I'm gonna turn that group off. So lowest quality, we pull only these parts out, so we can look at this. And then from here, we can just run our polyreduce on it. So I dropped it to like 2.5%. So we can see just these alone, that's like 100K, and then this drops down to like 2,000. And it looks pretty much identical. Like there isn't a loss in quality there. Not by much anyways. I don't see it. So that's cool. Um, what else is there? Yeah, basically it's just rinse and repeat. We just choose different parts, and then we don't have to group them by this lowest quality, low quality, mid quality. Like it can be grouped any number of ways. There's some models where I will just um, select that one piece and then just like drop the quality on it. So it really is up to us like how we want to do it. But just getting the model done and then importing into Houdini, like we can do this in here quite easily. So hopefully that spares you some heartache if you're having trouble in your modeling program of choice cutting down the quality. Like you don't need to worry about that. Like you don't need to do retopos and stuff because we just don't need that. Like the way that we're using textures um, are different, and so I'm going to share another video that goes over how the texturing works. Yeah, this one's like high quality, so this one I couldn't cut down as much, but I still was able to reduce it down to like 12%. So we went from just these two pieces here, just 15K, we dropped it down to like about a tenth. That's pretty good. And the past quality ones, these are things that Base group. Okay. Base group, base group. So it's grabbing the base groups, and then I guess that's a test or something. I'm just doesn't seem right. What the heck is this doing? Anyways, I guess this doesn't matter. I don't understand why this is selecting everything like that. Oh, okay. This flag, is it selected? So this gets us about, okay, it's not 19K anymore. It's like 22.59. I must have added something that messed with this. So if I get rid of this, what does that do? Yeah, it gets rid of the flag. So you see that it basically supposed to not select it, and this creates the groups and stuff. See if I use this guy. Yeah, so if I add that, what this does is this second group, you see how the polycount went back up? Because that's all the non-selected geo, so it's just the flag and I think the ropes maybe. Yeah, so like the ropes. There's some extra stuff I added that wasn't easy to model in that program, but it was easy to model here in Houdini, so I just did the cabling and the stuff here. Anyways, so that's it. That's how we can cut the quality down in here. And so if I just get the actual model, it can be a ridiculous quality level. So, being cognizant of it is helpful, but ultimately it's okay if it's going to be something huge, and then we can cut it down into a game ready asset. So that we get our low poly version here. And this one will reapply the UVs. So we rerun the UVs on it anyways in here. So so whatever UVs you're trying to do are probably going to get destroyed. So not worth doing. Just focus on the geo. And yeah, so it's because this has all our stuff there. That looks weird.